The White House went public with the president's birth certificate today, the goal to quiet the so-called birther movement and get back to serious business.
We do not have time for this kind of silliness. We got better stuff to do. I've got better stuff to do. We got big problems to solve, and I'm confident we can solve them, but we're going to have to focus on them, not on this.
The White House did release the long form of Mr. Obama's birth certificate. It showed that he was, in fact, born in a Hawaiian hospital back in 1961. Meantime, businessman and possible Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump is taking lots of credit for making, as he put it, the president release the document.
I am really honored, frankly, to have played such a big role in hopefully getting rid of this issue.
WLS Radio's Ro Khan joins us now for his weekly visit and why Trump does not deserve to be taken seriously.
No, he doesn't. Because have you ever noticed that every time Trump talks about the birth certificate, he also plugs his NBC reality show? Even this morning, as he took credit for forcing the White House to release, he mentioned that he will have an announcement about his presidential run after The Apprentice season finale. No. Check your local listings. As obvious a publicity stunt as this is, it's working. Like Meatloaf, key advisors like Meatloaf and Gary Busey are telling him he has to run. But don't count on it. Because to endure the virtual colonoscopy that is a presidential campaign, he'll have to answer questions like, how did your casino in New Jersey go belly up? It's a casino. And if you think the Chinese are ripping us off, why is your clothing line made in China? Or how about this? Why do you expect people to vote for you in a Republican primary when you haven't voted in any primary for the past 21 years? And finally, if America's so great, why are 66% of your wives not from here? Something tells me Trump isn't jumping into that firestorm. He's no Teflon Don. In fact, that thing on his head might be flammable.
His poll numbers are up, and he's promoting not just the TV show, but that brand, which is, I think, what this is all about, and that's what you're saying, isn't it?
I think so. As a matter of fact, if you notice, when he got to New Hampshire tonight, or this morning, he arrived in a helicopter with a big Trump on the side, right? And it's right in back of him while he's making this statement.
Yeah,
I mean, it really is all about everything.
Yeah, but his brand, in terms of politically, it's changed a lot from 10 years ago when he said that the Republicans were too, wacky to the right, and he was pro-abortion and pro-gay rights, et cetera. And then in terms of
pro-taxes for the rich,
exactly,
which is
a millionaire tax, so to speak.
Right.
But in terms of his popularity and his show, there's a lot of talk on black radio today about boycotting The Apprentice, about picketing NBC, about boycotting people who have commercials on the show. So they feel that it's an attack, a race-based attack on the president because he doesn't look like his predecessors, and they're taking it very personally.
I think he's creating a world of business hurt for himself right now.
Wow. Yeah, and when I said brand, I meant his real estate brand. I mean, that's his bread and butter. Of course.
I think that show is more his bread and butter these days.
You think? I don't know. Well, I got a couple of things here. I know we're out of time, but just tell him to roll the office about 10 minutes late tonight. It'll be fine. Don't worry.
That'll go well.
Let's talk about what I think is the most telling aspect of this. And you did it on the radio today. You asked what I think is the question. You said something like, okay, if you were a birther before and you thought Barack Obama was not born in this country, after today's events, what do you think? Do you still think that? And I think what's telling is it speaks a lot to what we're about today. We take these sides. We don't listen to anybody. We don't care about the evidence. Is that what you found after you posed that question?
Nobody would cop to the fact that
nobody changed their mind?
It's over. As a matter of fact, if you look on the internet tonight, there are dozens of new conspiracy theories, including the widow of the doctor who signed this birth certificate. Almost did it. The new birth certificate. Look at me.
Well, she said she didn't realize it was her deceased husband who delivered him.
Well, that's now a conspiracy theory, and this drives me crazy.
Well,
this is driving me nuts.
Said that he had to look at it very carefully, and he hopes that it's perfect.
Yeah, because Trump knows.
But it's too bad about us that we don't have a debate, and then sometimes when logic comes in, we say, "Oh, okay," and then we accept that. We don't listen. Nobody's listening.
Well, I think we have to say okay now. Don't you think?
Well, if you've got a brain, yeah. Yes. And so, listen, in Vanity Fair, James Walcott blogged this afternoon, and he was talking about Trump getting congratulations now for, as Trump said, I'm the guy who finally got President Obama to do this, and people are congratulating Trump, but Walcott says they're praising Trump for getting results, which is like lionizing Geraldo Rivera for opening Al Capone's vault, never mind that the contents proved to be zilch.
At least he got it open.
I'm sorry, I'm done now.
I'm with you, Bob.